Imagine a land where, well, ancient history kind of whispers on the wind, where you've got these vibrant celebrations filling the air, and where a legendary warrior spirit, it just endures.
Mm-hmm.
We're diving deep into Punjab today, the land of five rivers, though you might actually be surprised to learn how that name holds a story of its own.
Yeah, there's more to it than you might think initially.
Exactly. You shared some really fascinating material about Punjab, and our mission today is, well, to unpack it all. We want to highlight the key moments, that enduring spirit, and, what it all means in a broader context.
Absolutely, trying to connect the dots.
Get ready for, I think, some surprising connections and hopefully a deeper understanding of this incredible region.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's unpack this, starting with the name itself. Punjab, it literally translates to the land of five waters, right?
That's right. The term Punjab, it comes from Persian. Panj meaning five, and Ab, which means water or rivers.
Okay.
And historically, yeah, this name pointed to the region crossed by five major rivers: the Sutlej, Beas, Ravi, Chenab, and Jhelum.
The famous five.
The famous five. But what's fascinating and sort of crucial here is how geopolitical shifts have changed that reality.
Changed it in a pretty significant way, yeah. According to our sources anyway. This is where it gets really interesting. That historical definition, it doesn't quite line up with the map today.
Precisely. The 1947 partition of India, it had this profound, lasting impact on Punjab, including its geographical borders.
It's a huge impact.
As a result of that division, only 3 of those original 5 rivers, the Sutlej, Beas, and Ravi, now flow within the borders of the Indian state of Punjab.
Only 3. Wow.
Yeah. The Chenab and Jhelum rivers, they're now primarily located over in Pakistan. So while the name still evokes that historical geography, the current landscape tells a slightly different story.
It's a really powerful reminder, isn't it? How history isn't just stuck in books. It's literally etched onto the land itself.
Definitely.
Now, okay, beyond these rivers, which are obviously life-giving, Punjab boasts some incredibly deep historical roots. We're talking about civilizations that go way back.
Oh, absolutely. Punjab was, well, a cradle of early human civilization. It was home to part of the Indus Valley Civilization, one of the world's first major urban societies.
Right, Harappa, Mohenjo-daro.
Right.
Though they're in Pakistan now.
Exactly. The key sites like Harappa and Mohenjo-daro are now in Pakistan, but their influence, the whole context of that civilization, it's completely tied to the history of Punjab on the Indian side, too.
I see.
And then after that era, Punjab became this vital center for Vedic culture, which, laid the foundation for so many aspects of South Asian thought and tradition.
Vedic culture, ancient civilizations. It really sounds like Punjab has always been a place of strategic importance, bound to attract attention and, well, sometimes conflict too.
Indeed. Its location, geographically speaking, made it a crucial gateway for interactions and, yes, invasions coming from the northwest.
The gateway to India, sort of.
In many ways, yeah. Over the centuries, numerous figures and forces came through this land. You've got Alexander the Great way back in antiquity, Mahmud of Ghazni in the medieval period. And later, big empires like the Mauryas, the Guptas, the Mughals, they all held sway over the region at different points in time. This constant flux really shaped its cultural and political landscape.
So a land defined not just by its rivers, but also by being this historical crossroads. But the story takes a really transformative turn with the birth of Sikhism, doesn't it?
It really does. Punjab is the sacred birthplace of Sikhism, a monotheistic faith founded by Guru Nanak Dev Ji back in the 15th century.
Guru Nanak.
His teachings focused on equality, selfless service, the pursuit of justice. They profoundly impacted the social and spiritual fabric of Punjab, the legacy of all 10 Sikh gurus, their contributions, their resistance against injustice, that forms a central pillar of Punjab's identity and history today.
And that really sets the stage for what's often called the Golden Era under Maharaja Ranjit Singh, the Lion of Punjab. What was so special about that period?
Well, what's fascinating there is Maharaja Ranjit Singh's ability, this was in the early 19th century, to forge a really powerful and, importantly, a secular Sikh empire.
Secular, that's interesting.
Yeah, it encompassed a huge territory in northwestern India. His reign is remembered for strength, stability, and crucially, its inclusivity. He actively brought in talent from diverse religious and cultural backgrounds.
Oh, okay.
And that really helped the empire flourish in arts, sciences, trade. It stands out as a time of, well, relative harmony and prosperity.
A powerful, inclusive kingdom. But then, as you mentioned earlier, came the huge upheaval of the 1947 partition. Our sources describe it as just immense tragedy with lasting consequences.
Tragically, yes, it was. The partition of British India led to this, well, arbitrary division of Punjab. The line literally cut through villages, communities, farms.
Just drew a line on the map.
Pretty much. And this resulted in the forced displacement of millions of people, Hindus, Sikhs, Muslims on both sides. It was accompanied by horrific violence and unimaginable suffering. The deep scars of that event, they still resonate today in the collective memory and the social fabric of the divided Punjab.
Yeah, it's impossible to really get a handle on the region without acknowledging that incredibly painful chapter. Now, maybe shifting focus a little, Punjab has this powerful reputation, doesn't it, for its warrior spirit.
Yeah.
Where does that sort of fierce courage and resilience come from?
That reputation, it's deeply tied into its history,
Yeah.
both the spiritual conviction and those external pressures we talked about.
Right.
The Sikh gurus themselves, they instilled values of courage, of standing up against oppression. This ethos then really showed itself in the Sikh warriors who actively resisted Mughal rule for long periods. And that martial tradition, it's carried forward right into modern times. You see Punjabis consistently showing bravery and making huge contributions to the Indian armed forces.
And the sources we looked at, they highlight specific examples of this courage, things like the Battle of Sarigari and the spirit of freedom fighters like Bhagat Singh.
Exactly. The Battle of Sarigari, where, a handful of Sikh soldiers defended their post against overwhelming odds. It's become this enduring symbol of just exceptional bravery and dedication.
Incredible story.
And Bhagat Singh, the revolutionary who fearlessly fought for India's independence, he's still such an iconic figure. His courage, his sacrifice, they continue to inspire generations.
So a history really marked by both deep spiritual devotion and this unwavering spirit of resistance. That powerful character must surely come through in the culture and daily life of Punjab today.
Oh, it does, absolutely. Punjabi culture is famous for its warmth, its vitality, and a really deep-seated tradition of hospitality.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
There's that saying, Mehman Bhagwan hota hain, guests are like gods. It truly captures how Punjabis welcome and treat visitors. This generosity, it's a real hallmark of their social interactions, their family life.
And visually, when you think of Punjab, you often picture those incredibly vibrant colors.
Yeah.
The clothing, the embroidery.
Yes, absolutely. Traditional clothes like the salwar kameez, often decorated with that beautiful fulkari embroidery. It's a very distinctive part of Punjabi visual culture.
Yep.
And the Punjabi language itself, our sources describe it as having this unique energy, a lot of emotion, and a kind of rhythmic quality that really mirrors the dynamic spirit of the people.
You can almost hear that energy. Now, let's move on to something that definitely has global recognition. Punjabi cuisine. It's quite a feast for the senses.
It certainly is. Punjabi food has definitely earned its global fame. It's known for being bold, rich, and just incredibly satisfying.
Comfort food, but elevated.
Kind of. You've got iconic dishes like sarson da saag with makki di roti, creamy butter chicken, hearty dal makhani, the ever-popular chole pachar, that refreshing lassi.
Oh yeah, lassi.
And we can't forget local specialties like Amritsari kulcha or flavorful paneer tikka. This cuisine, with its generous use of spices, ghee. It really reflects that vibrant, hearty Punjabi character.
Generally, it does sound like a celebration on a plate. And speaking of celebrations, Punjab seems to have just a whole calendar full of vibrant festivals.
That's right. Festivals are absolutely integral to Punjabi life. They mark important agricultural moments, religious observances, cherished cultural traditions. You've got Lohri, celebrated in January with bonfires, singing, dancing.
Marking the end of winter.
Exactly. End of winter, looking forward to longer days. Then there's Baisakhi, the spring harvest festival, which also has huge religious significance for Sikhs.
Right, the Khalsa formation.
Yes, the day that Khalsa, the collective body of initiated Sikhs, was founded back in 1699. And Gurpurabs, those are sacred occasions commemorating the birthdays and lives of the gurus, especially Guru Nanak Dev Ji. And beyond those specific ones, major Indian festivals like Diwali, Holi, Tej, they're all celebrated with great enthusiasm and community spirit, too.
Bonfires, harvest colors, moments of reflection. It paints a really vivid picture of community and celebration. And the music and dance are just as energetic, right?
Absolutely. Bhangra, that's probably the most famous Punjabi dance form globally, bursting with infectious energy, originally linked to harvest celebrations.
Well, you see it everywhere now.
You do. And then there's Giddha, which is a vibrant, graceful women's dance. It's known for expressive movements, rhythmic clapping, and often has lyrics with humor or social commentary.
Oh, interesting.
And the music relies on traditional instruments like the single-string tumbi, the big double-sided dole drum, and the percussive chimcha. They provide those characteristic, irresistible rhythms.
You can't help but move.
Pretty much. And Punjabi music itself has had a huge global impact. You have legends like Gurdas Man, and more recently, the incredibly popular, though sadly late, Sidhu Moosewala, who captivated audiences worldwide.
Yeah, huge loss there. So from ancient fields to global stages, Punjab's cultural reach is massive. Our sources also really emphasize the core strengths and that deep-seated pride that define the Punjabi people.
Indeed. There's a remarkable resilience you see in Punjabis. They're known for being incredibly industrious, whether as hardworking farmers who've earned Punjab the nickname Greenery of India,
Right, feeding the nation.
or as successful entrepreneurs thriving in all sorts of fields, or as dedicated soldiers serving with distinction. There's this profound sense of cultural pride that acts like a strong thread, keeping traditions and values alive across generations. And you see that with the significant Punjabi diaspora, too, spread across Canada, the UK, the US, Australia. It's really a testament to their adaptability and their commitment to holding on to their cultural identity, even far from home.
A truly global community connected by heritage. But, okay, to get the full picture, our deep dive also has to look at the significant challenges, the complex realities Punjab is facing today. It's not all Bhangra and butter chicken.
No, and it's crucial we have that balanced view. While Punjab has so much to be proud of, it's also grappling with some really serious contemporary issues. The agrarian crisis is a major one.
Farmer protest, debt.
Exactly. Many farmers are facing huge debt, increasing water scarcity, rising costs for seeds, fertilizers, everything. Then there's a deeply troubling issue with substance abuse, drug problems, particularly affecting young people in certain areas.
That's been in the news quite a bit.
It has. And high unemployment rates, which leads to the migration of young people trying to find better opportunities abroad. That's another big challenge.
Brain drain, essentially.
Sort of, yeah. And finally, environmental degradation. This is driven by things like the overuse of pesticides, the practice of burning crop stubble, which causes terrible air pollution, and the alarming depletion of the water table. These pose severe long-term threats to the region's sustainability.
Those are really significant hurdles. They impact daily lives, future prospects. It's a stark reminder that even places with such rich history and vibrant culture face these complex modern problems.
Precisely. You could say Punjab is at a critical point right now, navigating a very complex present while carrying the weight of this powerful, multifaceted history and trying to figure out how to build a sustainable future for its people.
So, as we kind of wrap up our deep dive here, what would you say is the main takeaway, the most important overarching insight about Punjab that our sources brought to light?
Drawing it all together from the material, I'd say the core message is that Punjab is so much more than just a state on a map. It really embodies this powerful, complex, emotional landscape.
And emotion.
It's a region defined by its incredible valor, but also its underlying vulnerabilities, by its deep-rooted traditions and the relentless pressures of change, modernization, transformation. But ultimately, I think it's the enduring spirit of the Punjabi people, their resilience, their pride, their unwavering determination that continues to define Punjab through it all.
Considering that intricate tapestry then, history, culture, the ongoing struggles, it really makes you wonder, doesn't it, how Punjab will continue to navigate the complexities of the 21st century while, holding on to that powerful, unique identity.
It's a big question. And reflecting on our whole journey through Punjab's story, what parts resonated most with you listening? What aspects sparked maybe further curiosity?
Yeah, maybe it was the deep philosophy of Sikhism, or perhaps the lasting impact social-economic of the partition.
Or maybe the current efforts to tackle those agricultural and environmental crises. There are definitely many threads you could pull on for further discovery.